Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Terrestrial Material, where we talk about the material us terrestrials are interested in. Happy Sunday. This is another news Sunday, huh? Good to see you, John, in the chat. Let's get that music out of here, huh? Well, it looks like a change of subject. Yeah, dude. You know, I had seen the Bushman stuff at the start of the week, and I kind of thought that that was going to have like a little bit more of a conversation in the community, and there really wasn't, to be honest. I mean, I think most people's take is probably pretty similar when it comes to the alien on the thumbnail, that it's, a doll. I think I heard somebody say something about that they found that the doll was actually released after the interview that he did. I didn't see anything about that. I couldn't find anything about that. So I just was like, I don't know. There's a lot more that's going on right now in ufology. Oh, I always forget to do this at the beginning too. Like, share, subscribe to the show, guys. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, that's, so there is a little bit of a switch up. I thought about changing the thumbnail, but I'm like, it's too much work. Nobody's going to care. I mean, we can maybe go over like a little bit of it at the start anyway. I guess just to get this out of the way at the beginning as well, if you're looking for an update on the Lou Reviews Keemstar Battle Royale, it's gone cold. You know, there wasn't anything this week, so if you weren't paying attention, you wonder if you missed something. No, there really wasn't anything. They might be reloading, I think, because last week there was so much of an exchange. But yeah, there you go. There's your drama. It's out of the way. We usually go about an hour for anybody that's new, that's watching this, maybe catching this on the VOD, or maybe they're tuning in for the first time. We go about an hour and we go over just interesting news for the week. Let's get over here to our main screen, the main window here. And then every time I got to remember to increase the size here. Maybe that should probably be enough. How you doing, John, by the way? Everybody in chat. I never look at the viewer count, so I don't really know how many people are here. So anybody that is here lurking in the background, how's your Sunday? Hope your Sunday is going well. But let's start off with what we usually show on Sunday here. I do like this trend of going over like these AI videos. I don't know if you guys have seen this one yet. This is a new Sora, and it seems like every single week these Sora videos just keep getting better and better by the week. You know what I mean? Like everybody keeps saying, and I know we were talking last night on Alien Act about, where's AI and where's Sora, where's all this going to be in the next, 5 years? Dude, we're almost to the point where we need to start asking where are we going to be at in 2 weeks? Because like it's getting crazy. But let's play this here for you guys. Look at this, boy. Everyone at Pixar is like so afraid right now. They're like, oh my God, my job is in pure jeopardy. This is awesome, by the way. So cool. So cool. It's so dynamic. I think that's just what's in dynamic, not in the sense of like just like the camera movement. I mean, obviously it's really sound and stuff like that. The way the camera's moving, it's really good. It's following him really well. But dynamic and just the colors, man, they pop. The animation is awesome. Look at how the eyes move and the blinking. All these little minute details are there. He doesn't like stop and talk or anything yet, which I don't know. I haven't seen any of the videos if there's actual conversation. The audio is kind of what I'm wondering about next, right? Because when you click the audio on this video, there isn't any. I mean, I have this thing turned up. There's nothing here. So if anybody knows, maybe you can put it in the comments or put it in the chat. Do you know if these videos are coming with audio attached or if that's still in the process? I mean, I would assume it's still in the process. But what also is interesting about this is when you look at the prompt that they put in over here on the right side, because, Twitter does this. We complain about this every week. The prompt was an alien blending in naturally with New York City, paranoia thriller style, 35 millimeter. That's it? That was the whole prompt to get that video right there? Holy. I mean, are they even, like the next Toy Story movie, are they even going to hire animators? Or are they just going to get people to bring in like a Sora and put the prompts together? I don't know, man. I really did think that this was them creating movies and creating like high-end film content with AI, dude, I thought it was a lot further away than it probably is. John P. Adventures, good to see you, dude. Good afternoon to you as well. Nice show yesterday. Yeah, appreciate it. I got something funny that I'm going to pull up, not from the show, but I mean, it's kind of a part of the show, but we'll go on about that a little bit later. I've seen some already. There was a spoof Nixon speech from a couple years ago. Yeah, no, I know that they're doing the audio, John, like where you can get the audio prompts, but I don't know if like, okay, so when you look at this prompt, right? An alien blending in naturally within New York City, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if there's a prompt that you can put in like additionally with it to get audio too. Like when you look at this clip, he's in the middle of the city. We should be hearing cars going off, sirens from police cars and fire engines and the sound of the streets, people talking, street vendors, food going on. That's the kind of stuff, the audio that comes along with the clip. That's what I'm really wondering. It can't be that hard. It's got to be they're just waiting to kind of put the two together and make them match up. But it's scary. It's scary if you're a graphic design guy, if you're a video guy, you can kind of take advantage of this stuff right now, but it is kind of scary to see where it's going to go as far as a lot of these people's jobs. It's not just like AI and machinery and like, robots. It's not just going to take your average fry cook's job. They're coming for the creatives too. And, it's pretty interesting. We'll see where this goes. So every week, like I said, we'll pull another one of these and we'll watch the progression. And what might be cool is at the end of the year, I might grab like all the bookmarks that we've seen, and actually look at that progression in the year-end roundup show. That could be really, really cool. Just in 1 year, how the solar movies or videos have changed. Could be really, really cool. Move this back here. The next thing I wanted to go over is, I know we were talking about trying to grab like one recent video or maybe like an interesting UFO video that's been going around. Shout out to Skyfire News like we do every time on this channel. These guys have been extremely helpful. They follow us. Nice guys over there at Skyfire. They're not so bad. I know they're getting a bad rap, but they've been cool to us, so we got to be cool right back. And all I can do is treat you how you treat me. They've been nice. But anyway, back to what's important here. The UFO filmed by drone in the Ukraine. This came out recently. I think it might have even have dropped last week. How you doing, Rotary? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I think it might have even dropped last week, but this is a video that supposedly came from the Ukraine, and I'm assuming most people are saying that it's like a cigar shape. It's cylindrical. Kind of interesting.
Что они могут пустить по нам? Ты что? Охренеть, ни хрена.
Что это за херня
Это
такая?
тарелка
Ну, блядь.
по-любому.
А ну приблизь еще.
На месте стоит, ты ж бачишь.
На месте, блядь, ну.
А в тепля...
All right, so there it is. There it is. They zoom in on it. This is supposed to be in a area of like a battle zone, war zone. This is supposed to be in the war zone. I'm a little over caffeinated, as you can tell probably so far. I'm a little bit more energetic than I usually am. Yeah, I've been slamming the coffee this morning, but yeah. So this is over a war zone. A lot of people are thinking it's cigar shaped. The way that I viewed this is I kind of thought it could be more of a triangle if the video is real. I mean, and we'll go into that. I mean, I don't know if this is real, but like it's still interesting enough. Let me kill the sound so we can just kind of play it while you guys are there. I think this is more of a triangle, man. Because of when you look at the bottom seems more, it seems like it's puffed out there a little bit, but it's not like a puff out from like the roundedness. It seems like the lower angle that the camera is, it's just, you're just starting to see the protrusion towards the other side. So I don't get cigar from this on my first look. What do you guys think? What's up, Nick? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming, dude. Yeah, so I don't see a cigar here, interestingly enough. And there have been reports of triangles over top of these war zones. I mean, that's not the first time we've definitely heard of that. So it's interesting. It's a cool little video. I kind of wondered how we know that it comes from the Ukraine. I mean, I know this is obviously, I believe this is Russian right here on this little tablet. And I'm sure that's what they're speaking. Maybe I'm just stupid to that. I don't know the language they're speaking. Sounds Russian to me. But yeah, so my biggest question was, and I kind of made a joke about this in the Skyfire news space, where I was like, where are we really getting this video from? Where do we have the source to really know that this is legitimate at all? And I was kind of like, oh, I found it. Regicide Anon. God damn it. You never know, dude. There's more videos coming out. You had the Orb Ashton videos, and now you're getting this over here. But no, I mean, obviously just a joke. I'm not sure. Not really sure where this is from. Oh, one other thing that I will mention about this. Well, I guess two things technically. So the soldiers who supposedly released the video said that this was the size of an empire, as the size of the Empire State Building. That big, like turned on its side, obviously. I don't know. Does that look that size to you guys? It doesn't to me. It looks much, much smaller than the Empire State Building. But maybe they could have meant like, just a building. And it got a little bit, embellished as time went on for it. It's supposed to be like the hottest thing in the scene as well. And he was like, I guess one of the guys said that it was extremely hot, the hottest thing around. And when you look at the temperature gauge up top here, I could see where he's getting that from. I'm assuming this is temperature, right? John said depends on distance. Yeah, I know, John. I wish I was like really better at judging the distance in the air of like how far things are. I mean, the pilots are obviously probably amazing at that. I mean, that's their job, right? Even when I'm standing on the ground and I tell my sighting story, I have a hard time like explaining how far up the thing is. I just don't know. But when he says it's the hottest thing in the scene, I'm assuming dark is hot here on this. And when you look at the bar up top here, I wish I could find a better way to highlight this for you guys. But top right, if you see my mouse moving, it's about as dark as the end of this bar. It is hot, if that's what we're looking at. So no doubt about it. When it zooms back, it's a dot that's far off. Mothership at that distance away could be. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. Oh, God, the audio's so loud, guys. I'm sorry if I'm breaking your eardrums on that one. Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. Like, all these videos are cool to look at. Now, whether it's legit or not, I don't know. It is interesting. It could be fake. It's very, very possible the video is fake. This is the same kind of issue that I had originally with the jellyfish video, which is, if you look at this, guys, what are we getting? We're getting the video of a screen, a recording of a recording. This isn't the raw footage of the video, which if you really wanted to get down to what's going on here and figure out what that object is a little bit more, at least, you got to have the raw file. I mean, this is grainy. It's already grainy thermal footage. So what can you do? Interestingly enough, it's there. If you guys want to go zoom in on it yourself, you can go check out on Skyfire News. You can follow along with that and see it. What do we want to go through next? There's a ton of these bookmarks. This week has been really weird. There's not like disclosure breaking news that's going on or anything like that. It's ufology is still in this constant standstill that we've been in for like 2 months. But we keep getting these little tidbits here or there. And a lot of it is coming from Congress and congressional folks. So this I thought was a little interesting quote here from Gillibrand. This came out on February 29th. She says, I'm very concerned about UAPs, particularly drone technology, aircraft technology that is constantly around our military sites, and its form of ubiquitous surveillance that causes great concern for me. So ubiquitous, if you don't know what that word means, it means like just reoccurring, how common the occurrences of it. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that are pushing that this is drones from other countries and this is technology from other countries that are looking at us. Sure, you could say that. I'm happy that she's concerned. But we need more information than this. We need to know what's really going on. I mean, I'm sure that some of the stuff that we're seeing is other militaries. Right. I mean, other militaries are developing weapons. They are developing drone technology. China's doing that stuff. I mean, we know that, right? It kind of goes without saying. But I still think that there's obviously the other side of this. What about this tech is ours? And just trying to figure out if it is other nations, how advanced they are. So it seems like her concern is it positive to me. It means that she's engaged. There's concern. She's very concerned at that, which is good. We want them to keep pushing, keep looking at this stuff. I think there might be a little bit of extra about this a little bit later on down the bookmarks. Today, I'm just going to roll through them. If this is a little all over the place, my apologies, but we're going to do the best that we can. Rotary says it's always military bases. The odd in itself. Yeah, it is, man. But that's where the toys are, right? That's where the weapons are. And, you know, whatever's surveying us is definitely interested in how powerful we are and how far we've come with technology. No doubt about it. Now this is, this I think is probably like the biggest news that's come out of this entire week. Now, I'll give you a little preface here of how I felt. When I first heard this, and my initial reaction from this was, oh, wow, this is really cool. This is big. And obviously we're talking about the bodies, you know, that Luna and Matt Gaetz had seen a video of bodies. Now, when I first heard this, I figured this was a skiff situation. Now, I'm going to play this clip from Matt Laszlo, but that's what I originally thought, and I that's how I took it. But I don't believe that it was. And we're gonna learn a little bit more about this. So it says, so far, Luna and Gaetz teams have not denied this reporting. Do you think we'll get to see the bodies? I don't think we're gonna get to see the bodies. No, I don't think they're putting anything like that out anytime soon. Maybe if we get a whistleblower that it comes out with actually firsthand evidence, we might get that. But we're gonna have to see how that goes. So let's pull this up. Now, granted, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't heard this clip. I have another clip from Laszlo talking with Stephen Sprague that I'm gonna play, but let's just hear this one. There's got to be something here.
These things, you know that.
Was that?
Oh, wait, pull it back here, boys. My bad. Let's get you some sound too, huh?
Birdie told me that you had a briefing with Mr. Gaetz and you saw bodies?
Now I'm gonna stop it right there. But see, that's why I originally thought skiff. Because when he says you had a briefing, I know that doesn't mean skiff, but my brain just is going to that right now. I guess it's because everything that we're hearing about briefings with UAPs, it's behind closed doors. Am I wrong? Am I crazy to have jumped to that conclusion right at the very front end of it? I don't think so, man.
I cannot discuss these things, you know that.
Was that classified or?
I'm sure we'll have field hearings. No comment.
No comment?
No
It's
comment.
intriguing.
It's intriguing. Laszlo's funny. Yeah, dude, it is intriguing. And we are supposed to weird haircut on that guy. he's got the flock of seagulls going on, huh? Dude, I got some pictures of myself with some long hair back in the day. I never did the shaved half side and then long on one side thing. I was never, I guess, strong enough to do that, confident enough to do that. But I had really long hair. It is intriguing, and the field hearings are supposedly coming. But I don't know, how could they release like footage like that if they really thought it was real? Do you think that they would really put that out in a field hearing? I don't know. I don't even know if that would really be a good way to release that. Huh. Let me go back over this really quick. I want to play this part again here, just so it's fresh in my mind.
Was that classified or?
I'm sure we'll have field hearings. No comment.
No comment. No comment. How many times have we heard over the years the no comment is like a hidden yes? It's a hidden little confirmation, because you're not allowed to comment either way on something that's potentially classified, because it could be taken the wrong way. And if it's taken the wrong way, then you've caused a problem. Even if you're denying it and it ends up being true and you're wrong about it, it's an issue. So that's what we always hear. We get the no comment excuse. It's interesting. What do you guys think? Do you think she's saying no comment to make it more mysterious? You think she's playing it up a little bit? She could be. She could be. You know, if she really thinks that it's classified, I'm surprised that she mentioned anything about that at all. It just seems like a video about bodies would not be... It would be something so tucked tight. I don't know if she would even be cavalier enough to talk to Laszlo about it the way that she has here. Just walking around. That's crazy, ain't it? Well, I'll finish this. Maybe there's something in the last 5 seconds.
No comment?
No
It's
comment.
intriguing. Have a good one, ma'am.
Okay, nothing. Have a good one, man. Yeah, very, very interesting. Here's some more, I guess, on it that we can go over. Let's click this. It always pulls us over. Then we got to see this video again. Who knows what we're talking about? Bodies is 100 in context of and reference to remains from a recovered craft. Remains from a recovered craft. 100%, no question what our source meant. Matt Laszlo brought in Askapol's interview. That's not disputed by Luna, Gates, or their comms team. So that's, I think, the other part of this that's pretty interesting. We'll click this and see if we can get a little bit more down here. Let me see. It might be in here. If it's not, I'll just tell you guys about it. No, I don't see it. So the other part of this is that they haven't denied it. You know, no one's come out from Luna or Gates and said, hey, wait, I didn't mean like alien bodies. Like, there's been nothing like that. It's been sitting there by itself. Why would Matt Gates be privy to anything? Yeah, I mean, I know that's the whole thing, right? That's what makes this such a confusing mess, is that from what I'm aware is these guys don't even have the clearances to go into a skiff and have this information. I think you're right, John. It is, or Jeff, it is interesting. And that's what makes it so weird, right? I mean, that's really weird. From what we're hearing is that it's a active well, actually, you know, we'll let Matt Laszlo talk about this. I got a clip here for you guys. And I'm going to have to,
now,
I think I'm going to have to skip a little bit in the middle from how I grabbed the clip. But we'll let Laszlo talk about this a little bit further, but he can give us a little bit more context.
replying to, but now I am curious. One of my follow-up questions for Miss Luna and Congressman Gates is this a meeting you had recently? And so the one thing that we have on our website, askapol.com, is me following up with the source, just being like, hey, was this military? And they go, yep. And they say active duty. So current military. I was initially thinking, you know, veteran, but that's why as reporters, we just don't assume anything. And so with this, some of my other big questions are, yeah, there's a million questions.
Well, I've talked to people, so many people.
There is a million questions, man. Yeah, I don't know this. You know, it's not like I didn't bring this up today because like we had the answer or anything like that. I agree, Jeff. It is silly, but it is interesting, and it is something that's kind of leading us down towards maybe some more information. You know, it's been so dry that any kind of hint that there may be a video out there that's floating around. I initially heard, and I'm sure probably some of you guys did too, that the alien interview video was supposedly making its way around Congress. That's what, I don't know. Am I the only one that heard that? Because I mean, there were a couple people when I brought that up the other night that were like, "What? I never heard about that going on." And yeah, I thought that video was getting kind of shopped around. So, I mean, whether or not it's a video that we've seen before, I would guess that it's likely that if they did and they were shown a video, it's probably one that we've seen before. If it's not like in a classified setting, if it's not something like in a skiff, it's got to be something that's been in the public, right? We've seen so many videos come out that people have made big deals out of that were shown and that were just in the public. You know, the Tic Tac video was part of that. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to try to skip forward a little bit. I know Steven Sprague talks a little bit here, which I don't know this guy. You guys probably know him. I think I may have heard his name, but I don't know much about him. Let's start
Just
right
remind the audience, like, these people want disclosure. The biggest advocates for disclosure in Congress, if they tell us what they hear behind closed doors, boom, go to jail.
Right.
Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. If anything, you're gonna have to give up a couple 100,000 because you're gonna have lawyers fighting for you to get out. But so this is classified material, and that's where I was curious, and I still am, whether this was, and I kind of asked this to Luna, like, hey, was this a briefing? And that's what I was feeling out. Like, was this a setup? You know, like, did the Pentagon set up, or I forget the word. I think I'm tired. But, I was sick earlier in the week after covering CPAC last week and weekend. But it was, I was curious whether this went through. Well, so the way Luna reacted intrigued me because I thought she was going to say, hey,
No way.
well, I thought she was going to say, I didn't think, no way, I trust this source. I thought she was going to say, hey, turn your mic off. Like, hey, I just.
Turn the mic off. And he thought he was going to get the inside scoop. And that's what he wanted too. I'm going to be honest, even if like my job was to do what he does, right? You kind of hope in the back of your mind that maybe, and thank you for sharing the show, Rotary. You're the man, dude. Appreciate it. You would hope kinda there might be a moment in time where you get just friendly enough and they go, listen, I'll give you your quote, we'll get you your headline. We'll get you a little story, keep your site rolling, keep your paper rolling. But I like you, and turn that mic off. Come on over here for a second. Bring it in close. This is what we've seen. We got the bodies. I feel like that's what you would really hope for. I mean, that's what I would. I would hope I would overhear something. And I know Laszlo's talked about how he's trying to catch them screwing up. I mean, that is the main point that he comes at them with these questions. He's trying to get them to fail and tell information they're not supposed to. That's what he feels like is his job, from what I've heard him say. And yeah, I mean, it's very cool. It is interesting, man. I don't know if I could ever be an actual reporter. I mean, this is me commenting on the stuff that's around. I'm not doing real reporting, like going out there, sticking a mic in the face. Tell me where the bodies are, tell me where the video is. That's a whole new game. But it would be fun. There would be some days where if I live close to DC, that I might just, throw an audio pack on and try to get a comment, dude. It would be interesting. So we'll let this finish up. I think there might be a little something left on this.
Talk to this person, someone outside of the military chain or whatever. Because once she went to no comment and to the reaction I get when I'm standing outside of the skiff, then I'm like, wait, was this an official briefing? And that's where I have no answer. And that's where I'm curious because replying to.
Yeah, I'm curious too, man. I wonder, is it something? I mean, I'm sure it's not, right, at this point in time. I really don't think we could have gotten any real kind of comment out of her. Because you remember when they came out of the skiff the last time and they were talking about how, I think Luna mentioned last time, she's like, oh yeah, we've learned a little bit more. And then Burchett said, oh, it's the same old, we're not really moving the football down. It's not about green men. He said, we were really trying to figure out where the money's going. If you remember, and I wish I had the clips on hand, if I would have thought about this is kind of on the fly, guys. I'm just giving you my on the fly reaction. They were way more tight-lipped when they came out of that initial skiff there from, I don't know, a month ago. And I just don't think you would have even had the word bodies. I just don't see it, man. And I will mention this too. And he talked about these are the people who are really pushing for disclosure out of these congressional people. No matter what they have clearances to, guys, I do appreciate any information they can get. Anything that they can do is helpful. You have to remember something. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more when we talk about eminent domain and kind of what happened with Travis Taylor and Brandon Fugel and the stuff that's went on with Skinwalker Ranch and the UAP Act a little later. But I guarantee you that if you're going to get any information about the technologies we have, any kind of future developments, that Congress would kick that out to you way before Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Raytheon ever would. The private sector, there is 0% chance. Zero. Unless it's a whistleblower out of the private sector. But the head of Lockheed Martin walking out saying, hey, you know what? We're going to tell you what we've been working on since the 40s and the 50s. Literally zero. That's their money. That's their development. That is the security of their companies. We got to remember that. So you gotta give, even as hard as it is for me to say this, because I mean, I'm not like big government by any means. I don't want the government to have complete control over everything all the time, but there are good uses of government control, and there's good uses of our government, man. I mean, there's potential to get truth from it. Wow. How many times have you heard people say that in 2024? There's potential to get truth from the government, but I'm not saying it's high. Like, I'm not saying it's like 25, 30%, you know. I'm saying that if you were going to give it 1%, you got to give the 1% to Congress on getting some truth out. For sure. Oh, and then here he is, the man of the hour. So Brandon Fugel responds to criticism over his lobbying against the eminent domain clause on the Schumer Rounds Act. This guy has like pissed a lot of people off this week. But this is I think pretty interesting. He says, I'm obviously wanting the world to know and continue to be fully transparent. An eminent domain action could potentially compromise our efforts to present all of our findings and discoveries to the public. I often feel like I'm the only one, or I often feel like I'm one of the only people that really cares and is willing to put their reputation and resources on the line for disclosure. So a little bit of context to this, if you guys aren't aware. The UAP Act, and that got kind of shut down. I mean, it's parts of it still went through, right? Unfortunately, the 25-year part went through, which nobody really wanted. I didn't think anybody with any sense really didn't want that. But when we look at what happened so far with that, right? The eminent domain clause was a big, big point of contention for a lot of people. You know, a lot of people were saying, I don't want the government to have complete control over this stuff. And you know, we want to have just more control. I mean, I guess it's really that simple. They just didn't want the government to have full control of the technology. And I think a lot of that worry is because the stats could be manipulated, right? Juke the stats. You know, they might change stuff up, change the story, cover things up. I get it. I understand that part of it. And this part, the eminent domain, no matter where you fall on this, it's messy. It's not an easy question to go along with it. My take on it is you need to have, when you have things like weapons of mass destruction, right? WMDs, you can't leave that under just the lock and key only of the of private contractors. You couldn't do that, right? There has to be some kind of military that's linked to the government, some kind of government oversight that's involved. You would want that. But Travis Taylor makes an argument, and Brandon Fugel's making the argument here, that everything that they're doing at Skinwalker Ranch, they're afraid if that would have went through in the bill, and they opposed it. They opposed that part of the bill. Well, I mean, essentially they're saying they opposed the whole bill. You know, get it out of here. The eminent domain, get it out of here. But if they were to let that go, that they would lose, like you said, our findings, our discoveries. It would compromise their efforts. It's Skinwalker. And Travis Taylor says, you know, if I found the Green Lantern ring, like literally, this is what he says. If I found the Green Lantern ring, I wouldn't give it to the government. I hope you would give it up to some kind of control mechanism that isn't interested in destroying the world. You know, some kind of lock and key on technology like that would probably be helpful. Oh God, I'm losing my train of thought here. But yeah. Oh yeah, here I know where I'm at. So my view of this is this: Brandon Fugel, Travis Taylor, everything they're doing at Skinwalker Ranch. Skinwalker Ranch was not about, or eminent domain, in my opinion, was not about Skinwalker Ranch. I think that Brandon Fugel's got a little ego. He's got a little bit of money, got a little ego. And I think he's putting himself as a dog into a fight that he's not. Eminent domain was targeted to Raytheon, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, all the buzz names. That's the people that they were really going after. Smoking dogs, dino beavers. I mean, I think the government would just let you have those. If you want to wrangle those up and put them in a cage, you know. So I think he's just kind of, you know, throwing himself into a fight that's not really there. And I'll tell you right now, if they find the fucking Green Lantern ring at Skinwalker Ranch, listen, I'll throw some money their way. I'll start believing, right? But I don't think that's gonna happen. So yeah, but that's kind of the whole thing. That's kind of the whole thing wrapped up in a really tight bow for you guys. Oh God, we're 36 minutes in, dude. I try to keep this in an hour And boy, there's a lot to go over. We can quickly look at this. This was something else that came out. The Chinese spy balloon's path across North America, approximate path of China. There was another balloon, another Chinese balloon situation. Approximate path of Chinese surveillance balloon across the United States and Canada between January 28th and February 4th, 2023. Let me pull this up for you guys, make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see this here. Make it a little bigger. That's what she said. I can't make it any bigger than that. So approximate range if flying 50,000 feet. That's pretty high up there, man. Wow. Approximate range if flying at the range if flying at 70,000 feet. Okay. So it's made its way. We're coming over Alaska here, boys. We're taking a real hard right turn. Real hard right turn over Alaska. Coming down through Canada, and we're coming across the U.S. here. I believe that's Nebraska right there. So it's making its way right through the heartland. And I guess these are the multiple sightings of where it ends up. What do you guys think? You think these are Chinese balloons? Think they're UFOs? I'm assuming they're probably Chinese balloons. It is kind of silly how we keep letting these balloons just kind of like fly around, you know? Seems like we'd have a little bit better control of the airspace at this point. I don't know. It's weird. So the sightings with the balloons continues. There's your news on that. If you're wondering if they've continued on. Canadian government top scientists. Yeah, so Canadian Parliament's been talking about UFOs, which is very, very cool. We'll play a little bit of this clip here. I don't know how much we're going to really go into it, but
a little over a year.
Well, it's interesting enough. We'll let it go a little bit.
A year ago, and I think it was the first time my office contacted you in this regard on the topic of UAPs, unidentified aerial anomalous phenomena. And lots has been written and presented to the U.S. Congress on this topic. Scientists and those experts in that field have briefed Congress on this. I know that our Canadian minister has been briefed, some of our persons here as well. Would this be a topic that you would be interested in studying?
Mr. Chair, we have initiated a study on this.
Isn't it weird how she's laughing when she's talking about it? She still feels silly about talking about this stuff. The stigma, guys, has still not went away, as you can tell.
We've made it actually public that we are carrying out this study. I must say that it has generated a lot of public interest.
It's generated a lot of public interest, but it's so silly. The public is so silly. That's what I get. Do you not get that when you're looking at this? Come on.
The natural resources we're looking at, why these particular objects, whatever they are, might hover around nuclear facilities. I would think that would be of special interest.
They might. I think they do.
Some of the French documents from France as well. Can you comment on any connection that you may have studied or seen in that area, and what sort of, and particularly in the study that you're doing, what sort of things are you studying?
Perhaps I can briefly summarize what our study is about.
Look at her hands really quick. I know you guys will listen to this, but just look at her hands really fast.
Summarize what our study is about. What we're doing is we're actually.
She is so nervous. Holy. Right? Look at these hands. I'm going to mute it. This is interesting to me. Look at her. Fiddle, 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 fiddle. Holy boys. You know, I would assume someone like her, she appears, I don't know anything about Canadian government, but she appears like a woman who's been around this for a while. You know, been around, spoke in front of people like this before. I could be wrong, but damn, she is nervous. Let's get the audio back in here, no?
We're actually looking at the process by which, public reporting of unidentified aerial phenomena actually happens in the country, and making recommendations, if need be, on what should be, if we need to improve on the system, and how best to align our efforts with our allies.
Very unsure. Yeah, Rotary, that's a good point too. Yeah, she seems unsure. It's like nervous because of the unsureness, right? Yeah, that's a really good observation, dude. Could be scared. Total change in demeanor. Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, look. This is what I said about the Super Bowl ads, man. You know, when you look at the Super Bowl ads, you got Mountain Dew and Apartments.com talking about aliens and UFOs. And you know, they're making light of it. And then, you know, a month later, she's got to go in front of her other people in the political arena here and talk about how they're looking into the Mountain Dew ships. I mean, dude, I feel for him. I do. I really do. And I was a big believer that the stigma was coming off. But God, there's just too many examples that is just not the case. We need a Canadian to explain. Dude, it would be so great, right? To be able to get more of these governments to talk about it. Maybe Canada to release more of their files. I mean, they're looking into it. You gotta love that. So I do think that that's news. It is important to see that the world stage, you know, Canada's on the world stage, and they're looking into it. Nick, you're the best. AA is lucky. Yeah, I agree. AA is lucky. I almost said we. I mean, I'm on there all the time, but like, it's not my channel. But yeah, Nick, I'm lucky to have you around. I agree with you on that one, Jeff. Nick is awesome. Shout outs to Nick. Hey, the Cosmic Twilight. Go to his channel. Check out his Nazi UFO videos, the history. He's the best in the biz at going over that, which is why you can tell on this channel, if we're going to be talking about that, we're going to have Nick here, because I'm not even going to try to like act like I know about that side of the UFOs. So yeah, go definitely check him out, without a doubt. Okay, now here we are. Jaime Maussan. He is suing the Peruvian government for defamation over the alien mummies. This is bold. This is bold for Jaime, no? He is like going in. Let's take a look at this. I'm just stating the facts. Jaime Maussan has a legal procedure open, and he claims to have all the proof that say that the bodies are real, and he's going forward with it. While the Big Thing podcast was discussing Jaime Maussan, their guest revealed inside knowledge of Jaime Maussan's new lawsuit against the Peruvian Ministry of Culture. So yeah, he's complaining and saying that what they're putting out is wrong. And when I first read this, I had to make this, guys. You're gonna laugh if you didn't see this. This was the first thing that came to my mind right here. I had to make this meme. You guys seen this meme before? Oh, I gotta be able to try to pull this thing down so you guys can see the top of it. Can you see it? Oh man. But this is like one of my favorite memes ever. And maybe it's a dead meme. I don't know. Maybe people don't even go over this meme anymore. But it's Jaime Maussan, Peruvian government, mummy lawsuit. He's just dropping that card from the top, dude. I mean, hey, look, good luck to him. You know, I think he's gonna probably lose. I don't think he has much to stand on. Those bodies are fake, in my opinion. Just look, Jaime, save the money, save the time. Okay. What you need to do, and what you should have done from the start, if you wanted to avoid any kind of legal situations like this, you have multiples of these supposed alien bodies, right? Take one of them, slide it on over to Harvard Medical for me, will you? Will you please? I know you've got your people looking into it. I know that Mexico's got competent scientists and medical doctors. I get all of that. I know there's competent things in the world. What you have to understand, Jaime, if you're somehow listening, my friend, listen. Americans are just not going to take that information, bro. They're not. They're going to hear it. Some will. You'll get a few. But if you really wanted some actual movement with this, and you wanted to have people take this seriously and really drive your point home, take one of those bodies, put it nice, however you pack it up when you move. Get the packing peanuts around on it, mark it Harvard Medical, and shoot that baby, UPS right on up there, and let them take a look. And when you do that, if they come back and say, hey, look, this is what's going down, they're real. That's how you're gonna really get something moving. I know Gary Nolan I heard Gary Nolan was talking about how he would love to look at them, but he trusts the work that Jaime and them is doing. That's scary for Nolan to be endorsing Jaime Maussan. There's just too much crap that's went on with him, man. We know about the stuff in 2016. We know about these mummies. They're not real, guys. They're not real in my opinion. Yeah, I gotta say my opinion. Otherwise, Jaime's gonna take that that car and he's gonna take another one, throw it down on terrestrial material. I'm gonna have to put myself into the meme. But I thought that was very, very funny. Let's try to get this thing back around here for you guys. So yeah, we could play this, but that's just essentially what the guy's saying. He's like, I don't know. I've talked to Jaime and you know, he's suing him. Okay, so he's suing him. Oh, I guess I could have just waited. It's right there. I did post this meme, by the way. I did. It was way too funny, man, to me. Oh, now I went back and now I got myself out of my position here with the bookmarks. Where are we at? 47 minutes. Let's try to skip some of the stuff that's not as interesting. We definitely went over Travis Taylor, went over the Schumer Act. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Tom DeLonge is back on the scene here. He's doing the Trinity. It's a new book. That's where we get books in here of the intro. Definitely fake, Nick. Yeah, for sure. Baba Black Sheep. Yeah. Let me see. Hey, you're going giggle Ireland trying to vote on getting rid of the words. You know, Tony, I haven't followed any of that. I got my Irish flag back there. That is my heritage. I can't lie. And sometimes this country gets a little wild, and I think, you know, the potato famine's over. I'm going back home. I'm going to Ireland. Era. You know, I'm going home, but nah. I'm going to stay here. But Conor McGregor is the man still. I'm still a massive fan. Look, you got me way off track, Tony. You know, you come in here, you derail the whole damn ship. I got 12 minutes I'm working with, all right? Let's get back to Tom DeLonge here, all right? So Tom DeLonge's got the new book, AJ Hartley writing again. It's called The Trinity. So they're going to go over, obviously, the Trinity event. Interview with Spin. Tom DeLonge talks about his upcoming book, Trinity, due to release June 11th, 2024. It's loosely based on the UFO event around a nuclear testing site. Loosely based, huh? Loosely based. Why would he loosely base it? Is that because there's been a lot of it that's come out that it's fake? I mean, if it's fake, you might want to loosely base it. I've heard that it's fake. I've seen a clip. I can't for the life of me remember the guy's name who talks about this case. There was a clip of that man's son in the parking lot talking to a cop, and he talks about how his dad has all these like crazy beliefs and stuff like that. It's really wild. The clip is crazy. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. But once I seen that, and you could see that I think it was even talking about the guy was senile. That's when I was like, I don't know what's going on here with this. I know that Jacques Vallée went into this obviously and did a book on this. So Tom wants to get in on some of that Trinity money. So, and this is not the only thing that's coming from Tom. I mean, the book series, well, at least Secret Machines in the series, Legendary Pictures is doing the show. So there is a show that's coming out on Secret Machines, which I'll be honest, I liked those books, the ones they've done. Secret Machines, the first one was very good. I read it once. I think I listened to it a couple more times on Spotify. You can listen to all those books. All the Secret Machines books are on there now if you don't want to read them. They're cool reads. There's definitely some interesting perspectives that are there. What's real, what's not, I'll leave that up to you. But yeah. So this will be interesting. Look, I'm going to read the book. Why would you not? It's going to be interesting, you know? So that'll be out, and you can watch the series. That's all coming very soon. So Tom's in the news. Tom's coming back. Have you guys not noticed that a lot of these guys that have been quiet, dormant for a little while are coming back? I think that there's no coincidence that the topic is growing slower or is just slowing down. The momentum is slowing, and you're seeing a lot of these guys finding their way back in. Really quickly, new documentary coming out about the Phoenix Lights, 1997 Phoenix Lights releases today. This is going to be here. This is very interesting. I'm sure you can go to Skyfire. You can get a link for that and watch it if you're interested in going through that older stuff. I don't know if I'd watch it. I kind of feel like I've heard everything about the Phoenix Lights, but it's there, you know, if you want to hear it. This was something I was going to go over, but it's just like, this is just kind of like Lou Elizondo buttering Tom up. Tom was big in the news this week for this stuff. So you can hear Lou kind of say, you know, we did this and all this is going on because of you. And you're right, Tom. And you got the knowledge. You know, you always like, that's like the number one CIA move for recruitment, you know, butter up, butter up, butter up. And he was probably used a little bit. This is cool. At least want to make a stop here as we're wrapping up. Meet the country the country portal, where people on the street in two countries can meet each other and talk in real-time translator. It's a spectacular idea. Have you guys seen this before? This is very, very cool. We'll play this.
Portal that sometimes frustrates me a little bit.
Let me
The
go back.
one most misunderstood thing about portals that sometimes frustrates me a little bit is that it's not about connecting just two countries. Portals are sculptures that form a global network that is going to act as a bridge to a united planet. Every minute, the connection rotates between multiple countries on Earth, inviting all of us to meet above borders and differences. The one most
That's cool, no? When's the one in the U.S. come here? I mean, this is real, right? I'm assuming this is real, that they're doing this. Maybe they're not. Maybe this is fake. Maybe this is AI. It's Sora. I don't know. I took it as possibly real. What do you guys think? Is this real? Did I pull up like some bullshit and I'm just pushing bullshit here right now? I guess it's possible. But that looks pretty legit. I mean, we've seen something similar to this. I mean, when Shia LaBeouf was going on and on with the whole Trump thing and everything, when Trump was going around, they had like these cameras in the walls and people could watch. So you think it's real, John? Yeah, it seemed legit. I mean, definitely the idea of this is more than possible. Whether or not this is actually going on, I guess is a whole nother discussion. But just something in passing that I thought was interesting. Take a look at this. Travis Walton, eat your heart out. Wow. How about that, huh? The path of least resistance. Man, oh man, we are getting more and more advanced. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Travis might have got home a little quicker that day if they'd had this. He might never have got abducted. Think about that. They were out all day. It would have got home. Yeah, maybe we'll go into this next time because there's a lot to read throughout this. This is Richard Doty. He's out here talking. As we know, Richard Doty's back on the scene. He's talking about the 5 different alien species that are out there. There's an interesting little breakdown. He goes over the grays, the mantids. These pictures are kind of cool, no? That's the gray, suspected of being clones of an unknown biological race. The grays are very unemotional and robotic in their behavior. They make up a majority of alien sightings. Yeah, you hear about the grays a lot. God, you know what? Maybe we'll just jump through these really quick. The mantid. Let me see. The mantid. Doty often refers to this group as as the Trantaloids. Wait. You know what we need to do at the start here? Let's get here to the start. Take everything with a grain of salt from Richard Doty. Okay? Everything with a grain of salt. If you were a liar on purpose before, I'm sorry, brothers. You just don't get the pass for me to believe everything you're saying. But this is interesting enough. Very intelligent, often in leadership positions during abductions. This insect-like species is reportedly in cooperation with the reptilians. There it is. We're getting lazy lately. Yeah, we are. We are, dude. We are. I feel like, I want to go over this. I feel like I'm getting lazy from like skipping some of this, but like I said, everybody wants like to keep everything in an hour. So we want to bring it down for an hour for you guys when we do like news and stuff like that. The Nordics, a lot of fans of the Nordics out there. Tall whites are said to be very dangerous. Their telepathic abilities coupled with their immersed size are 2 reasons Doty reveals the government is keeping a very close eye on these powerful humanoids. Yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe we'll end here with the reptilians. This is the most popular, right? Everybody talks about reptilians. Some people are really into the reptilians, sexually. Pause. I don't know, man. I'm not for me, but reptilians or quadaloids. I've never heard them referred to as quadaloids. Are a violent race that abduct humans for various reasons. Their physicality is threatening and their behavior is cold and calculated. Doty has explained that reptilians speak in low grunts, but communicate primarily through telepathy. That's the first time I've seen a reptilian that's been in like battle armor. You know, that's like the Master Chief from Halo. It's like the Master Chief of reptilians, no? Ah, it's fun. These are fun, man. I don't know. They're there. Ebens. Yeah, and then a little bit. And there's Doty. What, does Doty consider himself an alien? This is the alien Rick Doty. Rick Doty. The Rick Doty species is a retired U.S. Air Force Office Special Investigations agent. He's infamous for running the PSYOP against ufologist Paul Benowitz, who later lost his mind. Doty continues to give his interviews on the UFO subject. The Rick Doty species. Oh, man, I can't help it. That's funny, man. He's out there. Look at him. He loves it. Okay, so I wanna go over this because this is really, really cool. But let me see what we have left here. Okay, so we're close. We're getting right close to the end. So there's the last couple of things. I don't usually go for these kind of pictures. But this one just stood out to me. This one was just awesome. You know, when you look at this, to me, the title of this is, Are You the Player or the Playing? And I've always wondered, like, is consciousness really this way? I mean, if we're living in this simulation, if that's what's going on, is this is a really good representation of what that would look like artistically, right? You got consciousness right here. You got us, you know, right here connected up. And then you have this long tail that leads all the way back to like a server system back here, right? This looks like servers of information, storage of some kind. You know, it's feeding this. Obviously, you see the tube, the umbilical cord, if you will, from the servers here. It's just an awesome photo. But when I thought about this photo, I thought, you know what? Damn, that looks similar. And you know what that looks similar to? That. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Is that not creepy? Man, oh man. That is so wild to me. That's the one where you look at an image like that and you think, oh, this is silly. This is so made up. And there's not really much basis in reality for this. And then you look at the Neuralink and you see the same looking thing and you're like, oh my God, it gives you the willies a little bit, you know? Makes you scared. It is truly, truly incredible. So there you go. There you go, guys. Are we creating our own reality through our thoughts and through our art, what we're creating? There's a lot of good arguments that's a possibility, man. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Let me see. And then, yeah, Tyler from Secure Team 10. Tyler's back. I got a link to the video that he came back with. If you liked watching his stuff, I used to watch his stuff for years, man. I think everybody kind of did. He was the big channel back in the day, but he's doing good. There were rumors that he might not have been doing so good. So it's cool to know why he's taking his time off and to hear that he's good and that he's doing a lot better. So yeah, if you guys are into him, check him out, man. The link's in the description for the latest video. And yeah, take some time. Last couple things. Former Pentagon UFO Office Director Sean Kirkpatrick says his final UFO report will be probably be released to the public before the State of the Union March 7th. So if you haven't heard Kirkpatrick dunk on the UFOs enough, well, you're going to get to hear it again. And spoiler warning, he's just going to say that it's not real again. Now, this, I'm going to end on this right here. I thought that this joke would land last night. Okay, you guys have seen this clip. I thought more people had seen this clip of Lou Elizondo. Let's play the clip first, and then we'll get to the funny.
Left the Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy. I'm not a ufologist. I never have been. I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the UFO community.
Okay. I guess maybe I'm just like hunting for UFO stuff so much all the time that I'm coming across this. I really thought that this was a more popular clip from Lou. And so I thought to myself, this is the outfit that he's got on is very, very unique compared to like everything else that he wears. I understand he's Cuban. It's a very Cuban look. But last night on Alien Addict, we did have Lou join us. Lou was on the scene. I don't know if you guys seen. But Lou was there. Lou Elizondo. Does that look familiar, huh? Boy, no one in chat like said anything about this. One person, I can't remember who said it to, it said, you know, you got the Cuban look going on. But I did, dude, I got the hat. Like, look, I think Lou's full of shit, but I don't hate the guy. I do think it's funny. I think he would laugh at this. Elizondo would laugh at this. But I kind of just went out there and I silently put this outfit on and I wanted to see who would pick up on it and who would catch this. And nobody did. So like one person maybe, or maybe people were just afraid to talk about it in the chat. But I still got the outfit, Lou. So every once in a while. Oh, did you get it, Jeff? Okay, Jeff got it. You know, and here's the thing, like I was going to say the line that he said. I have the line memorized, you know, I left the Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the mission they gave me in the first place. I know it, but I couldn't find the spot in the conversation last night where it really fit to say it. And so I let it go. But, and like I ordered the shirt. So I got the shirt literally like 2 hours before the show went on with Alien Addict. I had the hat for like, I don't know, a week, but no one's ever did this. And out of all the people that, you know, really hate on Elizondo or the people that really like him, either side, I figured this would have been an iconic outfit. Somebody would have done it, but nobody did. So if you're seeing this on our channel, on my channel here, and you see me do this somewhere else, maybe it'll just be our little inside joke and our laugh. But I really thought this would hit. It just didn't hit as much. But very funny. Very, very funny. Okay, I lied. This is extremely funny. One more thing, guys. Give me one more thing. I know we're at 1 hour and 3. This is really funny. Okay, so this is Pennsylvania lawmakers ask questions about UFO sightings in Pennsylvania. Here you go. This guy in the center, he is an absolute legend. This guy. Oh my God, the reaction is unbelievable.
Run that back again. Run that back. Again, what'd you say about UFOs? We do it.
What'd you say about UFOs? Run that back again. Dude, the first time I seen it, I was on the floor laughing, man. Like his reaction is like the most mainstream, like you would get from like a mainstream politician that doesn't know anything about this topic, doesn't know that the UAP Act was going on, doesn't really know about Grush, anything like that. This is 100% the reaction that you would get.
Run that back again. What'd you say about UFOs? We do it.
He's so confused. Oh man.
Occasionally get reports that come into us through the county 911 centers. The 911 centers will get reports, and then we will look into them. Some of them are just, anomalies within the constellations that people see when planets line up, those types of things. Some of them may be associated with.
This guy, he hates explaining this too, and he's a horrible person to explain this. I'm telling you, this guy is just as confused about the topic as the original guy asking the question.
Activity around military installations such as Fort Indian Town Gap. So we take those and we actually provide that information to other state agencies to take a look at it. Most of them are unfounded or they're attributable to some other mechanism.
You said most.
Most.
So what about the unmost? Run that
Good
back
question.
again.
Good question. What about the unmost? Yeah. Dude, there is comedy in this topic if you still look. But that's going to be that, guys. Boy, oh boy. Another week down. And there is some interesting stuff, I guess, that is going on. Like I said, every Sunday, just to keep you reminded, every Sunday at 1 o'clock, we're going to be doing this. Or I'll be doing this, and we'll go over all this news. Like I said, I'm just going to bookmark it like it's hot all week, bring you, I think, the things that are interesting the most. Thank you, everybody, for coming. John Stokes, the OG of the channel here. Appreciate you for being here, bro. You're always here. You're always in chat. Rotary Motion, too. You're here a lot, man. I really appreciate it. You guys are really active. Nick, always a pleasure to have you here. Let's get these thank yous going. No, Tony dropping in. He got me off topic, but that's cool. It was funny anyway. So thank you for being here, Tony. Yeah, man, you guys are awesome. You guys are spending the time and coming over here and making it worth it. John P. Adventures, you as well. I'm going through the chat because I'm going to forget somebody. And then they're going to be like, dude, I'm here all the time and he missed it. He didn't say anything. So like, share, subscribe. I'm going to keep pumping these out as long as you guys are here. Make sure to share it out. Let us know what's going, or let everybody know what you think. Put in the comments if you have anything you want to add to this. That's always helpful too. Yeah, Jeff Garvey. Love having you here too, man. So it's Sunday. Have a great rest of your Sunday. I'm terrible at ending these things, but we're going to go ahead and end it. And yeah, thank you for coming, watching Terrestrial Material, and we'll see you again before we know it. If I can hit the right screen. This is live.